ドジャースの大谷翔平投手は日本時間の28日、タイガースとの米国開幕戦が行われるドジャースタジアムに愛犬のデコピンと一緒に球場入りしました。球団の公式 SNS がその様子を映像と写真で公開すると、ファンの間では翔平もデコピンも戦う顔してる、まるで同じ表情と気合の入った姿に注目が集まりました。そんな大谷翔平の新シーズン開幕をアメリカの複数の番組も大きく取り上げています。中でも注目なのが人気番組リッチアイゼンショーです。番組には元メジャーリーガーで MLB ネットワークの顔ともいえるハロルド・レイノルズさんが登場し、リッチアイゼンさんと共に翔平の本当の凄さについて語っていました。今回はその内容を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Honestly, who's going to beat the Dodgers? Is that it? Is that the conversation of the 2025 season? Who's going to beat the Dodgers? Is that it?
That's got to be the conversation. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's some clubs that can on a short series can definitely beat them, but I don't see them stumbling a whole lot. They'll figure out their combination of rosters, and I'm sure they'll have injuries like everybody else, but it's an incredible team they put together. It's going to be fun to watch. And that guy on the screen right there, I'm telling you, Rich, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. And I'll take you back to the very first time I saw Shohei Ohtani. So I go to spring training. We had a show then called 30 Clubs in 30 Days. Now it's 30 Clubs in 15 days. Same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I show up at camp. Mike Trout's already the best player in baseball. And it's Trout and Justin Upton. And they greet me when I'm coming in. I'm walking in. They're already on the field, finished stretching. And I'm like, tell me about Ohtani. And Mike is like, I've never seen power like this, ever. And I go, what? And Justin goes, Harold, he's hitting them on the rocks up there in left center field. And I go, but I thought he was a left-handed hitter. They go, he is opposite field. I've never seen power. I'm like, come on, please. And the next thing you know, he starts taking batting practice. And I was like, holy smoke. That was the first year of Ohtani. And now, obviously, 7 years later, the stories continue. But that was the first impression of Mike Trout, who was the best player in baseball at the time. Justin Upton was hitting his 30 homers. They were blown away by him.
And he's a pitcher. You know what I mean?
And he's a pitcher.
Right. And we're going to see that, right? I mean, like,
yes.
There's no doubt we're going to see the reason why the Dodgers paid him all that money. And, and he was kind enough to defer most of it, which is a conversation for another day, I guess. But we're going to see it. Last year, we just saw the hitting. We saw the 50-50. We saw the greatness there. Now we're going to see both, right? I mean, it's coming, and the question is does it affect him? Does it affect at all, right? I just don't think it will, Harold.
Well, no, he's such an attraction, Rich. I mean, I was fortunate to go to Japan. So I was there for the Cubs-Dodgers series. They played a couple exhibitions before.
Right.
And I'll give you a couple quick stories of why I say he's the biggest star on the planet. You can argue LeBron, all those guys, but they don't have another country that watches everything they do. And so Shohei Ohtani, I don't care if he put his toe out of the dugout, people went bananas. And so story number one, I'd never seen this ever before. He gets in the batter's box to hit. And as soon as he's walking up, they're going nuts. Gets in the box, he's ready to hit. Pitcher gets his sign. As soon as the pitcher gets the sign, it goes dead silent. 50,000 people, you can hear a pin drop. They deliver the pitch, and he'd foul it off or take it or whatever, and the crowd would go, oh! I mean, and then back to silence once the pitcher got in. It was incredible. And the other big scene I saw was when he went out to throw bullpen. And he's just throwing out in the outfield, long toss, stretching out. He came out of the dugout, and they went bananas. Everybody had their cameras. And he got out in the outfield, and he started throwing. And I'm sure he had a little extra adrenaline. But he's throwing the ball from center field to the left field line on a dot. I mean, just a rocket, probably 95 miles an hour from center field to the line, probably 200 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. It was incredible.
Man, and the thing about him, too, is the ease with which he does everything. And, you know, the only other athlete I've ever seen who does everything eye-popping with such ease and never sweats, Roger Federer in tennis, where it's just like, can anybody beat him? And B, make him sweat if you can't beat him. You know what I mean? Just like make him struggle, make him look pedestrian. I think that's where we're at with Ohtani right now. That's where we're at with him.
No doubt about it. And the other thing I noticed, you know, the Japanese culture, you know, everybody would remember when Hideki Nomo came over, and he would hit a batter and he'd tip his cap like, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know, they're very polite. They're always bowing. Now Ohtani's part of the Dodgers, and he's doing his little exercises on that after a double and all the movements. And now I'm watching high school baseball in Japan in the hotel, and these kids are hitting a double, and they're doing all these crazy things that Ohtani does. It's just opened up the whole culture to something that I think they're even adjusting to as they follow his growth over here and everything that he does. It's incredible.
I think the biggest story in baseball this year is we are about to witness, this is my projection, the greatest season ever by an individual player, like in the history of baseball. And I know Harold rolls his eyes at wins above replacement. I do too, but it's a fun number that can attach to a player's overall dominance. In 2001, Barry Bonds might not have been the most authentic season we ever saw, but he almost had a WAR of 1273 bombs. That was an 01. Now I'm showing you the most dominant position player seasons ever. Lou Gehrig in 1927 hit over 370 with 47 bombs, 173 RBIs, a WAR of 11.9. Now, of the top 7 WAR seasons, 4 of them come from one guy. Top 3 come from one guy, and it's Babe Ruth. You see him in a second. Rogers Hornsby back in 1924. He hit 424. OPS over 1,200, 12.1 WAR. Yaz, 12.4 WAR in his Triple Crown season of 1967. Oh. And the greatest WAR season ever from Babe Ruth was in 1923 when he had 41 home runs, scored 151 runs, hit 393, 14.1 WAR. Now, last year, Shohei Ohtani had a WAR of over 9, and he didn't play a position. And Danny didn't pitch. He didn't pitch. I think this guy, who's 31 years old, he's in that perfect prime age to still steal 50 bags. He can obviously still hit 50 home runs. What kind of season do you think he can put together? They're expecting maybe May will be his first start. Can he break the all-time record? Best season ever from a player in baseball history.
Yes. In my opinion, he's the best pitcher that's come from Japan to pitch in MLB. Bold statement. Imanaga, Yamamoto,
Hideo Nomo,
Yu Darvish. You can name them all. Watching video of this guy before he signed with the Angels, I was convinced he was a better pitcher than he was a hitter. Normally, you could watch a guy and watch a two-way player, and you could tell, well, he's probably an outfielder, first baseman. They just don't look as smooth. Greg, this guy, if you never knew a thing about him, his history, and watched him on the mound, you would say he's a pitcher. He screams everything, ace, power. I mean,
okay, let me ask you
all
this.
of it.
If he's 100% back to himself on the mound, is he the best pitcher the Dodgers have?
Yes.
He's a game one starter for the Dodgers.
Well, you know what? He doesn't have the physical, buildup that the other guys have had. Now, listen, he's going to throw a bullpen. They're hoping to have him back in May, probably more like June. So you're asking a lot. He's going to be a game one starter when all the other guys have already been through spring training. They've logged a lot of innings. But I will say this. He will, if healthy, be a very important part of the October run for the Dodgers. There's no doubt in my mind, if his arm strength and he's built up, he will pitch one of the first 3 games for the Dodgers. Now, he may not finish it, but he would be a guy that you would put out there. You could say, okay, give us 4 or 5 innings, and he's a closer starting in the first inning. He's that good.
Are we buying this lower third graphic? Shohei Ohtani about to have the greatest season of all time?
I think so. Look, when he comes back, everything Dan said, just the fact he's going to start pitching, I don't care if it's a half a season. I don't care if it's one start. if you build on what he's going to do on the offensive side and then say, hey, give me a game. I mean, it's amazing what he can do. He is really.
Well, and he's got something to prove. Brian Kenny today did not rank him one of his top 3 players in baseball.
I mean, what really sold me, the last pitch of the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
That pitch he threw to Mike Trout, like, I've never seen anybody throw a pitch that cuts like that at 97 miles an hour.
Believe it or not, I think he's just starting to feel himself, so to speak. He's starting to understand, I'm pretty good.
And he's going to be pitching on a really good team with a great bullpen.
Yeah.
Give us 5 and turn that bullpen loose?
He makes 22 starts, wins 15 games, goes 15-3 with a 2.41 ERA, and he hits 50 homers, and he steals 50 bases, and even Michael Jordan is in awe of him.